Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, sunrise. Yes, it's 6:04 a.m. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Yes, it's 6:04 a.m. Stroke of sunrise. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is August 13, 2022. And yes, what a beautiful day it is. It's sunrise. Yeah, I just checked my app about 5 minutes ago. Said sunrise would be at 6:04 a.m. That's the time that it is around now. Yeah, my alarm just went off as I was sitting up to do this live stream. Yes, good morning. Wow. This is what sunrise looks like in New York City. I'm just getting up really. Um, I awakened about half an hour ago. Yes, good morning, sunrise to you out there. Good morning. Yes, don't be shy. Don't be shy. Yes, good morning, good morning. Oh, I'm just getting up, just awakening about a half an hour ago. Wow, feel relaxed. Yeah, I would have been outside. Yeah, I would have been just getting out there. Well, I kind of overslept. Yeah, I fell asleep late this last night. Had a lot on my mind. I just stayed up and talked to the universe. Mm-hmm. And then I finally get to go to sleep. Boy, I might have woke up briefly, then I went back to sleep, and then, yeah, this is so beautiful. Sometimes you just gotta rest up, you know. Yeah, I went out early in the morning yesterday. Boy, my legs get tired. Like when I use the stroller. I have the pets in the stroller, and I have on those walking shoes for your joints that I've been using now for a couple of, yeah, I got them this year. Yeah, I think it um, was it this year? Oh, no, maybe it's last year. It could have been last year. Yeah, I think they started coming in my shoes last year. I bought several pair of them, over time. And boy, they grip. I have the Kai butt shoes. Yeah, remember my back was aching. So sometimes I would have to carry my dogs. Before I got the stroller, I was carrying them. My arms, they get tired, and it felt like a knife was in my back. Boy, it was painful, and my knees also. God, I said, I feel I'm getting run down. I better do something, because I like walking. So I invested in a pair, and I liked it, and got more. And they are fantastic to wear when you're climbing up something. Boy, they really grip. And the park that I go to, they have these inclines and the stairs, these low stairs. They are very slip resistant. And so they grip, and then you're walking, and you're pushing the stroller, and man, you feel it in the back of your legs, especially the calf areas and the Achilles heel, the tendons. They really, you feel it. And yes, I feel it now. It's real tight, my legs. Yeah, my legs are getting exercise, boy. I gotta start exercising my tummy next. Yeah, yeah. I gained a little weight from earlier this in the season. Yes, we all did. Yeah, I stayed in like in January. Yeah, it was raining all throughout January, and what else? Oh, it was super cold. It was below freezing, and I stayed in. We all stayed in. Well, went out like 4 times that month. That's about to get food, whatever. And yes, we all did get a little, yeah. But you figured that I would get it out, slim down some. I've been doing so much walking, people. Yeah, my body feels it. I feel it. I do. And you think you get stronger and stronger, but I don't know why my muscles feel more and more tired. So sometimes I take a day off. I say, my legs are sore. Maybe my body just needs a rest. Might take a day off and then start up again. I don't remember it like this. Oh, yeah, the supplements. I ran out of my multivitamin minerals. And that could be part of it. Yeah. One time went 2 weeks without them and my body felt achy. Your body needs these nutrients. And I'm just trying to use up all what I have, the supplies at home before really going out and buying more stuff. Yeah, I want to use up things that I have here. Yeah, because I'm planning on moving. Yes, I am. Um, yeah, I'm planning on moving. So, yeah, I got all this stuff. Just want to get it out the way. So, anyways, let me tell you about the vision that I had this morning as I was awakening around 5:30 this morning. Yeah, I want to talk about that. It was very brief. Um, as I awakened from, yeah, I know I was dreaming earlier today, but I don't remember what it was. But as I was waking up, I did the thing, the exercise, you just stare through your eyelids. And the vision came quickly. Um, the screen of my eyes, it, it, it was like a dark color. It could have been like a dark purple and very almost blackish in color, the screen. And these designs, they were in the shape of small little curly cube-like things. It almost looked like the number 6. And it was by columns and rows, throughout the screen of my eye. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. My alarm went off again. I thought I turned it off. Yeah. So it does, like I guess a 6-minute interval. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I guess every 6 minutes. I hope please don't do that. So I thought I turned it off. Yeah, when it came on the first time, I thought it turned it off. So either way, I apologize. Let me continue what I was talking about. There's the vision that I had. Yeah, so I saw like a screen in front of me. I mean, it's like my yeah, like as if your eyelids on your screen. It's like a darkish purple and these patterns with some rows and columns. It looked like a curly cube, like a little tube, and it was like a curly cube, almost like the letter 6. And then I like I do this technique like I remember like you do like as if you're gonna yawn or something like that. you tighten up your body, you mostly in like your head region, and you add pressure, like as if you're straining, and then release. And this helps pop out the vision. And then I started my screen, so to speak, started clearing up, like it was changing slowly. And then I saw like something glistening a little bit, because the the image was reshaping. That's what was happening. And then boom, I saw the shoreline of a beach. Yeah, that's what I saw. The shoreline of a beach, and it was a little hazy, but you could tell it was daylight. It was daytime. You see that it was sun out, and it was a smooth beach. You saw the sand. It looked very clean. No seashells, no seaweed. Of what we call a very clean, pristine beach. And the water was clear. And you could see it, the water, it was at the shoreline. And you see the water. It was very shallow, very, very shallow water, and you see the movement. It was pretty. And it seemed as though me, as the viewer of this scene, yes, good morning, happy Saturday morning. Good morning, Saturday. Good morning to you, my friends out there who are watching on YouTube, this live stream. Good morning, good morning. So yeah, I saw a shoreline at a beach. It looked like it was beautiful. Very, very serene. I don't get any audios. Yes, good morning, viewers. Good morning, this beautiful Saturday morning. Yeah, it was daytime, and you can see the movement of the water very clear. And it seemed as if, at least the impression I got was that me, the viewer of it, or who's at that actual scene, is sitting on some type of it seemed like I was sitting on something. I was slightly elevated up. I felt like as if I'm sitting on a ledge, or the viewer is sitting on a ledge, looking downward. It wasn't too high up at all. No. Maybe I'm just at like a table type. It wasn't high up. But I'm looking down. I can see the waves. The movement of the water. It looked very nice. And it wasn't super clear, but you could see. Yeah, it looked interesting. Like as the vision started to appear, first I saw like a dark purple screen with the little curly cubes. Each curly cube was really tiny, like maybe like an inch and a half in length. From one point to the other point of the almost looked like the number 6. You get a little a cylinder tube, and then you make it something like the letter 6, but you add a little piece, but you overextend it so the other, yeah, like a loop-de-loop. Yeah, and the color of those little curly cubes was a light, it could have been a light purple or light fuchsia color. Yeah, it's either had more blue in it or more red. Yeah, those colors get me confused. Yeah, because it depends upon what you focus on. Like with coloring, sometimes when you mix red and blue. We know that red and blue form purple. And let's say if it's a light version of that color that you're mixing. So sometimes if you add more blue, then it'd be like a traditional purple, like a royal purple. But then sometimes if you add more red to the blue, then it has more red undertones in it. And if it's a pale version of that color, you can get confused which one. Is it more red or is it more blue? Yeah, so it's one of the two, I forget. But it looked really nice. Wow, what is this, Yeah, when I initially started doing my meditations, um, that's how it started out pretty much for me. I was introduced to having the visions, through, my I should clarify, my meditation visions. While in a meditative state, your eyes are closed, um, I started seeing images of geometric shapes. That's how it started for me. I started doing the meditation in 2014. I think it was April 2014. Yes, it was in April, I think. And yeah, I saw it as like imagine color waves. That's what I call it, color waves. You see like a string, like a long wavy string that's cut up in segments. I mean that's divided in segments. They were narrow. Each string was a narrow strip, divided to make little um, rectangular shapes. And each little rectangular shape had the colors green and blue. Those are the two colors, green and blue, I saw. And then in the center of each rectangle was a dot, a black dot. And there were like a series of them that um, were connected, like on top of each other, like the lengthwise, like they were stacked up on top of each other lengthwise. And they were in like as if it's a wave, because just like ripples of waves, and they're moving like a current. Imagine, okay, we've seen a wave before. You see movement. Imagine that. But they were long strips of colors, and each one had a dot in it, black dot. It was moving like a current. And then I think it changed, then future vision, meditative visions I had. There were other shapes. I think, I know there were other shapes I saw, but that's how it started, in series of shapes. And I saw once a person's face. It was a bust of a person. And I said to myself, don't be afraid. It was a man. He looked archaic. I just felt he was someone from the 1800s. That's what my feeling. You don't see people who really look like that nowadays. He was brunette. He was a Caucasian. Dark hair, dark eyes. I think he might have been in his 30s, 40s. He seemed mature. Had a mature feel to him, but young. I said to myself, don't get scared. Yeah, he didn't say anything. He just looked straight ahead. And he had a slight, like, when you're using night vision goggles, how what you're looking at is like, has that slight greenish yellow look. That's what he had. That's what it looked like a little bit. So the color was slightly distorted. And that's what I saw. Yes, so I saw him. I think that might have been one of my, it could have been around the first day I saw that. I know I saw him, and then I saw that wave. I think I saw the wave first. Yeah, I only saw the guy once. Yeah, he was just looked straight ahead. You just saw from like the shoulders up, and he just seemed to have an a more ancient look. You know, not someone not nowadays, but someone in the past, maybe 1800s. That was just my feel. I couldn't really tell what he was wearing. I know it's dark colors that I saw. But yeah, how it started for me was in increments, and as time went on, I started to see more and more things, more and more shapes, designs, really pretty. And then I started seeing um, the next big jump was in 2017. I've mentioned this before. 2017, I saw plants. Yes, it was like January 2017, and I saw my first plant. It was outside, and I was looking downward at it. It almost looked like lettuce. This romaine lettuce, reminded like, I think you would call it like romaine lettuce. It was but it was like curly, like the edges were curly, like curly, frilly things on it. So I thought it was my calling to grow plants. Yeah, 2017, I was getting, uh, I wanted to be a gardener in my house, in my apartment. And as you can see, it didn't do that well. But I just felt, hey, I want to be around plants and everything. Yeah, I felt it, so I said, let me go for it. Yeah, I tried to grow herbs like a parsley, um, all those household herbs. I think oregano, basil. I tried, folks. It just some things do better outside. Yes, especially watermelon people. Yes, you can laugh. You can laugh. Yes, I tried to grow watermelon. I did get a plant light and then a heavy duty plant light. It just wasn't thriving. It just wasn't happening. Yeah, I got rid of that light. I just put it out in the what do you call it, the compact room. So someone got a free light. Yeah, I try these things. I go in phases. I just kind of go with the flow. I say, hey. But yeah, I started seeing plants. And then I was at a property. Yeah, I was at a property. It was either a private home, a mansion type of thing. It was big, a bit big. If it was a home, it was a big structure, or maybe it was it could have been a company, like private industry thing, um, a foundation, what you call it, those NGO. Um, but it was a light color building, like a cream or tan, light tan, and there was a driveway. And it looked as though that the viewer, like even though I'm seeing what I'm seeing, but it was as if I was seeing through the eyes of the person that's there. And as if the person who's there is looking through a camera, something that can zoom in, zoom out. I kid you not. And I was looking on the ground. I don't know why, but it would zoom in on the ground. And you could tell it was a driveway what I saw. And it was a circular pattern. And it's one of those circular driveways. like in some, like hotels may have it, like when the taxis or the cars drive in, they go like in they go around in a circle so they could just drop off passengers and keep on going. So it's a flow. So it was like that. And the center of it was these little pebbles, light, creamy, creamy pale, tiny pebbles. And it was embedded in like cement. It was a nice work, stonework. Yeah, pebbles. It was a nice. Whoever who constructed it did a nice job. It looked very very professionally done. And for whatever reason, as if I'm looking through a camera, something with a zoom in lens, it zoomed in, and then it was like maybe 2 inches off the ground, and then it lifted up in the air and was filming, or looking up in the sky as if I'm like panning around, going up that, like trying to get a view of things. And that place I saw several times. It looked like it was the same property. Yeah. So that was like in 2017. That's when things started to really change. The things that I was viewing. Really, it was really interesting. Yeah. And I started thinking, as I shared this before, I started thinking that I may be living multiple lives. People, I think we are living multiple lives. I do not do drugs. I do not drink alcohol. I do not do drugs. I never had any what do you call it? Schizophrenia, hearing voices or seeing things. No, never. This only occurs, when I'm meditating, and I sometimes see things. I never hear things, people. That would be interesting, though. See, it would really be interesting if I learn how to get audio, so I can hear what's going on. I can hear if I hear voices of people. But something is happening that I believe, I'm not sure what to make. I really don't know what to make out of this. Because I shared with you what happened. I think now it's going on 3 weeks. I was my consciousness appeared in a room of this African guy, and he must have been watching TV or something. He was on a leather sofa type, those easy chair type of thing. I think it was a black leather. He was shirtless, but he had on about 4 necklaces, long necklaces on him. And then he looked upward, and then he gave a really mean look. And then he got a spear and started poking where I was seeing from, as if I'm there. I said, "Oh, shoot, what's going on here?" I mean, I'm in total awareness of being in my room where I am right now. It's just my eyes are closed. It was as if I'm watching a movie. And you don't think what you see on the movie is going to react to you. Could you imagine you're watching TV or some screen, and then it interacts with you? That's what happened. So I opened my eyes to, like, whoa, to break out of whatever was going on. I'm not here to look on what people are doing. That's none of my business. I don't do that in the natural. I won't do that in the spirit realm. No way. That's his private space. And then I kept my eyes open for my like 10, 20 seconds. So I closed it again, thinking, whatever, because that never happened before. Something like that never happened before. So I closed back my eyes, and it continued. Whatever was going on, whatever what he's seeing is still there. Yeah, he had a very unique shaped face. He looked very African, an African man, a modern day African man in a home. So like the room was dark, the lights were out in the room. So I don't know what the content, but it seemed like to me a modern dwelling place is in, because he had the furniture, the chair. You can see it's on it looked like a leather chair. Those the what do you call those big, like a recliner, but those big cushy chairs, with the backing, you can lean back on it, just relaxing. Yeah, something that you would watch TV with. um, Something. So what's really going on, people? Are we? Am I materializing somewhere else? He saw something. What did he see? What did he see? I don't know. People, I don't know what he's seeing. Is he seeing a light? Is he seeing an energy body of me? What does he see? And why so violently? Yeah, he wasn't scared. He was angry. Like, I'm going to get you. That would be really interesting to find out. What is he looking at? And his anger. He didn't have fear. This guy was, I'm going to get you type of thing. Yeah. Life is really interesting, huh? And so it was the same type of, like today's seeing a beach, the same type of consciousness, same type of awareness. And this time, as if I felt that the viewer must have been sitting on something, looking slightly downward, to see the wave, to see the shoreline. It was a perfectly clean sand, smooth, light color beach, and clear, crystal clear water. Very beautiful. It was very, very beautiful. So, wow, all these things. That's how it is. Yeah, this world is a unique place. And I know, like, these days now, I don't know, I never felt these type of emotions like when I look at media, social media, total chaos, total chaos out there. I don't know what's going on. It's like it crept up. Yeah, I've been hearing talk. I used to listen to Dolores Cannon. Those of you have heard of her. She passed away in 2016, and that was the year that I started watching her on YouTube. Yeah, 2016, I think it was, or even 2015. And she did hypnosis to her clients. Basically, in the very beginning, were military people, the spouses of military. It was her husband. Her husband worked on a military base, And they base, this was back in the 1960s, I think it was, 60s or 50s, 60s or 70s. And her husband would regress someone, maybe to find out why they're overeating or to eliminate smoking habits, things like that. And in one session, this lady had a past life regression. And so they explored this with the client. And then the husband gets in a serious car accident, and she had to fill in the wife, Dolores Cannon, and she resumed, she took care of her family. She had children and her husband to take care of, and she's, got in the same field of work as her husband. And they started to explore these past life incidences that the clients were sharing. And it spread. The genre spread. Then she got into UFOs and aliens and different beings, and we call it like Nostradamus. Yeah, her work progressed, and yeah, so Dolores Cannon started talking about what they call the the new earth. And to me, to be honest, it just sounds very new agey. This the new, I think it's the fifth dimension or something. And people would be, you have people down here who volunteered to be down here. It just kept, that aspect of her work I didn't take seriously because it to me just sounded too new agey. But it repeats, the same theme repeats about the new earth or new vibrations or the fifth energy or something. And it's preparing us, like though there'll be some people who will merge into this new earth. It's an energetic frequency, and some of us will merge with that new energy, and it's supposed to be something better. And then the rest of us will be in this old earth system of what it is, as you see. But that's all new age, I believe. And you hear this talk all the time. And I'm wondering, people, whether is this what the Bible was trying to talk about, in the book of Revelation, right? It talks about a new heaven and a new earth, a new system. I think maybe that's what the Bible is really trying to address. See, what you read was written a long time ago, but let's say a modern day person is expressing the same type of thing. The concept. They might use different wording. Is this what's happening, people? Things are really getting out of hand. I feel, the videos that I watch, I like watching. Yeah, I like watching things about Africa. People who are repatriating to the African continent. I watch that a lot, but it's changing too. Like I was watching it a lot, but now I seem to be easing off of it now. But it's my recent genre of choice. That and what else? Oh, well, yeah, other places, and yeah, everybody seems to be saying the same thing. That things are rapidly changing. Look what happened a couple of days ago in Mar-a-Lago. Could you believe that, people? Again, you don't have to like the individual or not, but this administration that's been around for, what was it, almost 2 years now? Yeah, it'd be, yeah, 2 years. 2 years. It's been really going down the tubes. Yeah, that pandemic, not good at all. And things are getting out of hand. Things are just kind of cuckoo in my opinion, my humble opinion. Yeah, I never experienced a world like this before, and it's a little hard to process. And maybe it's not meant for us to really look at this nonsense, because it could scare you, right? Things like this could scare it get you emotional and fretful. Yeah, even when I go on my little walks, I am really edgy sometimes. Yeah, my baby's with me. Yeah, that's Lily. See, Lily always is near me. And it's Lavi boy. And little peanut. Oh, that's my knee. I'm sorry. I'm snap, crackling, and pop. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I gotta drink my water. Oh, brother. Yeah. And I get impatient. And I gotta chill out sometimes. I gotta chill out. But yeah, yeah, the it's affecting all of us. People are acting out. You have more bizarre behavior. The people of the street, it's so sad. I saw a guy um, kneeling on the ground, like on all four, and he was like rocking back and forth, and the security guard was there. People just watching. Yeah, another brother, as they say it. Wow. What type of people? What are they putting in those drugs? What I've been here for 19 this neighborhood for over 19 years. What are they putting in those drugs to make this behavior? 19 years I've been here. This same location. What, yes, good morning, viewer, good morning. What is making these drug, substance abusers, what's in it now to make them act like this? They are putting these mental patients. You see them all walk around 8th Avenue in New York City with their hospital bracelets, their socks, those hospital socks. And these are new people. These aren't people that's been here. These are new people. Well, I heard over just last week. Yeah, yeah, it's still the week. It's Saturday. Yeah, I heard it this week, I believe, that they're releasing. They're gonna from Texas. Get this, they are shipping in by bus loads. They're sending a bus from Texas to New York City. The illegals, the people, well, I should say, the people who are leaving the southern border up into the states, where they've taken them by busload to New York City. You know how many homeless people out here on that hang out on 8th Avenue? It's a tourist strip. This is a tourist strip, 8th Avenue. The whole that it's a section of the strip. All mental patients. It's not simple homelessness, they're mental patients. And then you're going to send a button by the busload. I heard this week on the news I heard this. Setting illegal aliens by the buses here in New York City. Why would you do that? Unless you're trying to set us up. They are trying to set us up and create a zombie apocalypse. Remember, I think it was this year in May or last year in May, that it's Zombie Preparedness Month. Remember that? The news said it, not just, this one YouTube I watched spoke about it, and then I heard it on the news, the major news. Zombie Apocalypse Month. You have a shortage of housing, you have a shortage of jobs here in New York City. You have homelessness, and on top of it, drug abuse. And you have extreme violence now in New York City. Extreme violence on the subways. That's why I avoid. I don't go out to the other boroughs. I walk everywhere if I can. And yes, they can still get you on the sidewalk. As I mentioned many times, I got attacked last year in November. It was the day before Thanksgiving. I got attacked. And the bill, the hospital bill, is over $3,000. And they're trying to put it on me to pay it. Yes. They're trying to pin it on me. No, pin it on that girl that attacked me. Pin it on her. I kid you not. Yes, I'm a veteran, and I was to report the incident, because I went to, they sent me to the hospital, by ambulance, but it wasn't the VA hospital. And I was supposed to get in contact with the VA, Veterans Affairs, within 72 hours. But I did not do that. That was the last thing that was on my mind to go, I did, when I was in the ambulance, I told them that I was a veteran and to contact them. Because I used the ambulance before, some years prior. And they contacted them and they got the okay. But again, this is a new administration. And I told them the same thing and they didn't know what to do. And I got stuck. They're trying to stick me with the bill. So I did get in contact with the VA, and they were to do the paperwork. It's almost going on a year, people. What's that? 10 months. The last contact I got from the VA was in January of this year, and then I get a bill, get a form from the hospital saying that the insurance people do not recognize me as a client. And so if I don't respond to them, they're going to charge me the bill. So I went and I called the VA back. I said, look, I got a very helpful person. Yeah, she actually called the number on that bill from the hospital and talked with them while I was on the line. to intercede, to give the information, and to submit the claim. Yeah, I mean they did all this before, but they're doing it again. So yeah, so yes, this is real, people. So yes, I don't want to be in the subway, but they can attack you above the subway too, on the sidewalk. The attack that happened to me happened in the middle of an intersection as I was crossing. It was around between 2 and 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Yeah, I don't even go out at night. I don't even go out at night for years. For years. I think I went out 7 years ago at nighttime, and I was with someone that time. I said, wow, this is what it looks like at night. Yeah, I was on a different avenue. And it was nice, but I don't do it. I don't do it. So, yeah, this is real. This zombie apocalypse is real, people. And the current administration, in my opinion, it's just an opinion, they are setting up the large cities. They call them now, what is that? Sanctuary city. Sanctuary city. I think New York City is one of many sanctuary cities to bus the illegals entering the U.S. And some of you may not like that terminology, illegals. Well, they're not citizens and they're not here lawfully. These people are being sponsored. These aren't people that look like in rags. No, they're just very nice and neat. They are being sponsored by somebody who has a lot of money, and they come bust. There's some neighborhoods here in New York City that don't even have buses in their immediate area. They have to walk far across town to get from a major train line. But yet someone has money to accommodate people from other countries, and that they can comfortably ride a comfortable air-conditioned bus all the way from Texas to New York City. And you know where they're going to drop them off at? At the Port Authority, probably. The Port Authority in Manhattan, to mingle with the other people. I think those people who are on those buses, they probably have jobs lined up. While in the same location, you have Americans, mostly American black men, begging for money for their drugs. Yeah, they're out of their minds now. They're doing something. They're putting something in the drugs that are making the people here act cuckoo, out of their minds. Yes, good morning, viewers. Good morning, this beautiful Saturday morning. Yes, things are happening, people. And I've been sensing this stream. It's as if a stream of events. One thing leads into something else. And I felt it coming. I saw it coming for several years now, especially the past 2 years. Especially. This new administration is not a friend to anybody but itself. And the citizens of this beautiful country is the one that's being infected. They're not a friend to anyone but themselves. And they're setting up the large cities, the large mega cities like New York City, and is shipping over by busloads. Illegal aliens. Oh, we're not supposed to use that word. You have to use the word guests. I didn't invite them in. But see, this administration is allowing them in, and they're being sponsored by I believe, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. I'm not a sociologist, but this is what I see. This is how I perceive. And they're going to be used to really disenfranchise the poor that's already living here in New York City. Somehow they're able to get housing and jobs over the American people. Black America, I'm going to just say it. Black Americans, jobs are being taken away. And you have a lot of black people in government, and they're selling us out. They are selling out Black America for their political agenda to try to take over, have the, in my opinion, to have the country taken over by a new government. They are trying to set up, in my opinion, this is just my opinion, a new centralized government that is under a different flag. In my opinion, they are changing the system over to, they want to try to change it to a new system. So they're bringing in people that they believe will vote for who. See, they're trying to allow illegal aliens the ability to vote in the elections, the presidential elections. And maybe a quick path to citizenship. This is a sellout. And a lot of blacks are behind this too. And some of you might say, oh, well, good for Whitey, right? Who's going to get affected the most out of all this? But black people, poor black people. Let's say they hire them to do work in the restaurants or the hotel restaurants. Who's going to work in the hotels, like for the cleaning crew? Who traditionally did those type of work? Black people. And I was in the industry too, people. See, I speak with a perception based on my experiences. I used to be in that industry. I used to work in the hotel restaurant industry and regular restaurants. And you know, they don't have any black Americans in them. I was one of always the few black Americans or black anything. They were all immigrants from other parts of the world. And you know who they target if you choose to get a job in the hotel restaurant industry? Me. They try to set you up to boot you out of your job so that their buddies could get in here. And then you have the dumbass, I wasn't supposed to say those words, I apologize, it's Saturday morning, I'm sorry. But they get these people in here, and I'm sorry, I got distracted. But it's done deliberately. They get you out. They don't want you there. You, the American, the black American, who are working in the cooking industry, whether in a hotel, whether at a restaurant, supermarket, these entry-level jobs are left for immigrants. But what if you're not an immigrant and you want to get into the field? Maybe you want to get in the cooking field, or maybe you don't have you just want to get a job. Well, it's not meant for you to have, and they don't want you there. I'm being honest. They don't want you there. You are now viewed as the foreigner, Black America. You and your black politicians are lying to you, and they want you to think, oh, we what do you call it? We minority. The minority. No, it's not the minority. It's about screwing over Black America, Americans, and taking over the country using desperate people from around the globe who do anything to stay in America. And they'll do whatever job to stay in. And anyone that they perceive to be in the way, they get rid of you. And these black politicians, these so-called liberals, are selling you out. But many of you are colorblind and say, oh, well, we people. No, it's not we people. It's not we minority. No. These new people who are coming in, they have no brother or sisterhood for you. There's no brother or sisterhood. When they start to get established, who do they hire? They don't hire you. And you don't seem to get it. You think anyone, because their skin is brown, black, or yellow, is your friend. No. You are colorblind. A color blindness that's blinding you to see clearly. And you wonder, where's your job? And some of these places, when you go in, they don't like that you speak English when you ask for your order. In America, in New York City, you don't belong there. Oh, well, you spoke, at rallies for freedom for all immigrants and all so-called minorities. But you notice they never speak on behalf of you when you need help. They accept your help, but they don't help you. They don't hire you. And if they marry you, it's to get citizenship so they can bring their families in and they'll rule you out of that home of yours. Now, I'm not anti-immigration. My grandparents were immigrants, and they assimilated, and they learned the language. And back in those days, it's either you're black or you're white. So if you're black, you assimilate in the black community, right? And that's just how it went. Now it's like the black community. They don't want to be a part of the black community. They have their own community. They have their own language, and they're keeping it. You helping all these groups, these black politicians are helping all these, speaking out for every minority cause. They get in and you are booted out, and you don't seem to get it, many of you. I was all about, more the merrier. More, I thought more the merrier. Get all these people from all over the world. Kumbaya. That's what my mentality was 20 something years ago. And then things started happening. I started awakening, getting stung, and trying to swat the flies. And then one day I started waking up. I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? Where is everybody? Where are they? Where people from your community? Where are they? They're on the street doing drugs, homeless, and they're bringing in. But our mayor, we have a black mayor now, and he was saying something. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. Something that he wants to bring a bunch of people, a delegation to Texas. I don't know what he was talking about. Does anybody know what the mayor, the black mayor of New York City, when he was talking about going to Texas for something regarding the busload? Now I don't know what's happening. Is he is he saying he wanted to send a delegation of something to Texas to assist the immigrants going on the bus, or to oppose, or are they to oppose somebody else? What's happening? Well, I love my city, New York City, the most beautiful city in the world. But it is now what you call a rotten apple. Remember they call it the Big Apple? It's a rotten apple. I love my city. I'm not trying to just deprecate. It's already deprecated. I'm afraid what I believe that see they're setting up. There's going to be an election coming up. We call a mid-election, and 2 years from now is another major election, the new presidential election. And what I believe, what it looks like. Okay, let me just say what it looks like. What it looks like, people, is that they want to try to expedite the new immigrants here slash illegals to get them on a quick pathway for citizenship so that they could swing the vote in a particular way. And some of you black Americans, black liberals, think, yeah, yes, let's go get Whitey. That's the mentality. Some of us are like that. They'll cut off their own nose to win a situation. They're not winning. See, they think that, yeah, let's get back at America. That's what some people think. I don't think that way, but some people do. Let's bring in all these people to take over the old system. Well, it's the system that's in that is exploiting that. They're bringing them in to dismantle. Where are you going to live? Yes, good morning, good morning, Greengrass. Good morning, good morning. Yes, who do you think is going to be booted out? Who? Who do you think this is going to really affect? The rich left. This past 2 years, a lot of rich people left New York City. Who's left are the poor, or what I call the alphabet soup partakers. Yep, you have all this alphabet soup businesses here with their flags. Somehow they have their network going. You have them. You got the druggies on 8th Avenue, the hospital patients, and now they're bringing in, see, they're bringing in these new people from south of the border. And anybody can come in through the south of the border, people. See, people were saying, oh, you're just being prejudiced against Mexicans. No, anybody can come in through the south. You think only one nationality comes out from that border? Are you crazy? Multinationals come in through that border. People from Africa, people from the Middle East, people from Asia come in through that border. And that's what number 45 was addressing. Number 45 was addressing that issue. He knew what was going on. He gave us a heads up. And the system behind it got angry. And they used the race card to try to destroy his re-election. Where he won that election, but his opponents stole using the domain computers, domain, the for the ballots, but the ballot reader, they were hijacked, and extra ballots put him the number 46 in the White House. That's what happened. And when he challenged the narrative, see, he wasn't supposed to win number 45, and Hillary was supposed to win. They are Marxists, socialist, Leninist. They are. And the program got, green glass. I wasn't able to read your message. I didn't read it fast enough. Yeah, you don't have to remove the message. No curse words or anything like that. But yeah, that's what was happening. And so they knew a lot of black folk was going to get on the high horse and get offended. It's like it's like a what do you call it? Like a what do you call it? Like a mass, like a hive mind. Like a hive mind. It was so predictable. You just say the word racism and they all flock over. They all flock over, remember? Oh, he's a racist. And they all watch this TV show. What do you mean? They all watched his TV show and his potty mouth. And they all loved it. Then someone accused him. Oh, he's a racist. He might be a lot of things. But it was a setup, and you swallowed the Kool-Aid. You remember Jim Jones? Let me go there. Let me go there. Remember Jim Jones, those of you who are old enough? I think that the thing happened in 1979 or 1980 or 81 in Guyana, South America. You had a church. They started off in the United States. And they had the predominantly black community, and a white man entered that community and started a church and capitalized on the sensitivity of its congregation of racism. And he convinced them all to go to Guyana, South America, and start a new community there with his leadership. And what happened to all those black folk there? They drank the Kool-Aid. That's where the expression comes from. Don't drink the Kool-Aid. They're referring to that horrible, horrible incident. About 800 people died right there because he was a cult. He had complete control over the people. About 2 or 3 people survived it. They escaped. Very few people survived, but the master majority. Yes, someone did cry out for help before it happened. Yeah, a delegation came. Yeah, research this, people. Research this. What's his name? His name was Jim Jones, and he had a church, and they went to Guyana, South America. And yeah, research this, people who don't know about this. It's very important. And I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm trying to open your eyes. See, they know Black America is sensitive. Yes, I am sensitive to racial issues, but now they're exploiting it. The system is exploiting that weakness that we have. And what happened with Jim Jones, these were people who were being affected by racism. And it turns out that Jim Jones was part of an experiment, government experiment about mind control and controlling masses of people. Oh yeah, what I was going to say, yeah. So he was a cult leader who moved down to South America, and family members of the people who lived with that guy, Jim Jones, they couldn't get access to them. They weren't allowed to leave the facility, and family members were trying to get to their loved ones. So they notified I think their congressman, I think it was a senator or a congressman, whatever, one of those type of people, and asked for help. Say, hey, we can't get to our loved ones. So they came, and there was a meeting, and the government guy, the official said, okay, if everybody here is here for free will, those of you who do want to leave with me. And so they headed out to the airport. Well, guess what happened? Jim Jones's thugs took weapons, like rifles or something, machine guns, went to the airfield and shot up all the delegation. 1 or 2 may have survived. And of the members of that cult, maybe 1 or 2 survived. One of them played dead. He got shot. And then he crawled on the edge. He thought he was going to die. They thought he was dead, and they didn't shoot him again. He played dead. He was shot. He was badly hurt for a long time. Yeah, he got rescued. And everybody else died. They were instructed, they would get these drills, an emergency drill that they would practice over the years, that if something happened, you would drink this fluid, this Kool-Aid, laced with cyanide poison. And I think some of the other people might have been shot too. They really want to hide a lot of the evidence. And they all committed suicide. It was almost, what's that, 900 people, almost 900 people. These are all Black people. Over 90% of the people there were Black Americans. They had other people, but mostly mass majority of the people are Black Americans. Using the race card or emotionalism to persuade you to move. They had you move. And you left with this white guy. And no, this is not an anti-white rant either, no. I'm just letting you know what happened in history. Modern history. Relatively modern history. And in a few seconds, 800 something people died on the spot. That's what happened. And so, this modern history, they know how you think, black people, and they know that anybody who says racism, that they know you're going to just flock like a beehive. And you're going to just react and not think. And you are protecting your own enemies. Those people that they're busing into the United States are not your friends. They don't speak your language. They may have a different religion, a different lifestyle than you. And they're using your emotionalism to manipulate you, to do foolish things like the past election. And they used you to put multiples of the same ballot in that machine. People, black people, you are digging your own grave. You. And they're using these new black politicians or African politicians to mess you over. And you fell for it again. You drank the Kool-Aid. You don't learn. Yeah, you don't have to like number 45. I was never a fan of him growing up. But, he's a fellow New Yorker. And he is what he is. He was always like this. Number 45 was always the way he was. The way he is. Always. There was no secret about him. His garbage was out there all for the past 40 plus years. And he was liked by the hip hop community. Puffy Combs, Puff Daddy, Puffy, remember? Him and the others are all seen in photographs with number 45. Hello? So are they racist? Oh, these people, these hip hoppers like to hang out with racist white people? People, wake up. You fell for it again. And Puffy was that 1 or 2 years ago? Puffy was speaking badly about him, number 45, and I forget exactly what he was saying. But I'm saying, wait a minute, you in that photo, you were all into that guy, Trump. Oops, I wasn't supposed to say that word. Look at it. Look in the meat. Look, people, I'm not just making these up. They know who he is. They all hung out when he was living in New York, back in the day. All of them. Oh, but now he's a racist. They're using these, in my opinion, it looks as though they're using these rap artists to influence the way you vote. Because Puffy and all the others was saying, he's a bad guy. Why is he a bad guy now? But he wasn't bad back then. You used to hang out with him. People, you're being lied to. You just drank the Kool-Aid. Jim Jones just told you to drink the Kool-Aid, and now your city is ruined. And they're trying to do that apocalypse. Remember in the media? They talked. It was in May. It was either May of this year or last year. May, the zombie apocalypse month of preparedness. They're letting you know what they're going to try to set you up with. They're letting out the people. They said last year initially that they're going to return them the homeless. I think it was either late last year or this year. I forget now. But that they're going to return the homeless people back, that live in the shelters, because they have them in the hotels. And they said they're going to take them out of the hotels and put them in the traditional um, homeless shelters. Like this was a remedy. Well, whatever what they did, they just let them out. They're all over now. New people. They're new people. New. And they're bringing in whites too. And the white ones look more crazy than the black ones that are homeless. The white ones, the white dudes, they have the pit bulls. And I was told there's a service where these guys can get free food for their dogs. Could you believe this, people? That they're doing, they'll feed a dog, a pit bull dog, and not the people that are on the street food. It's unreal. I'm not trying to make fun. I'm not making fun of it. Poverty and homelessness is real. It's a real thing, and it's a horrible thing when it happens to you. Yeah, I was in a shelter before. Oh yeah, I made mention of that. I did live in one. Some of them are good. I was in one, and thank God that it exists. Yeah, there's some of us, economics, it could be a domestic issue. Yeah, a lot of things that could cause someone to have to live in one of those places. And some of them are very nice. You can still look for a job, get a job, and get back on your feet. Oh yeah, thank God for them. See, that's the good thing that America does offer. See, those foreign countries, and I'm telling I love my country. I love America. I don't love the bad things that happen. But the United States is the best place to live for social services. It is the best. But I have to be honest, as I share with you, I'll be moving. I'm hoping everything goes smoothly. I have about 9 weeks. I have about 9 weeks to move out of here. But I will not physically move until my little babies, these are my little doggies. Says, look, that's my little boy. See how he sleeps? He sleeps like a guy, right? And that's my little girl. And that's my other little girl. Yeah. And so, yeah, I have to get their flights first. Yeah, I do not want to move physically out from this place until there's security. Until I have them secure. Yeah, that's how I want to do it. Yep. Yeah, it's just getting dangerous right now. And I know, I am taking a risk. I am. I'll be losing all the security that this place has for me. I mean, really, I can get my groceries. I have a park. I have the bank. I have, all these amenities, all of it. But it's no longer safe for me to live in. When you're afraid to go out to walk your dog, someone, as I mentioned, last week, a guy from my building was jumped for his dog. And in 2020, this one year, this guy drug addict from in Central Park. He looked like a new homeless man. It looked like an out-of-stater, probably from the Midwest. Try to take him, grab him, and I got it on tape. Yep, I showed it. Yeah, you can just look on my channel, look on the dog, a person try to steal my dog, something like that, and you'll find the video. Yeah, I have the guy's face. Yep, I was able to snapshot um, what he looked like. Oh yeah, yeah, they try to steal him. I was scared, people. I was very, very frightened. I couldn't, I got like numb inside. I got afraid. So this is real. I mean, I love my city. There's no other really better place. But I see it, people. I see it being set up. I see the writing on the wall. And the writing on the wall says, to get out. I'm giving you warning. I'm going to release the zombies. I'm going to release the illegals in your city. And you know what they're going to call it? A sanctuary-free city. Sanctuary cities. In your neighborhood. The sanctuary cities will allow illegals, criminals. They're using Bible terminology. See, in the Bible, I don't remember what book of the Bible, but it talks about sanctuary cities. Like when someone accidentally kills somebody, they can run to a city, a particular city, and they cannot be harmed. You cannot touch them. Well, they are using that terminology of the Bible. These are godless people who are running this system. They're godless, but they're using Bible terminology, sanctuary cities, where criminals can come in and they can do their thing. New York is one of those sanctuary cities. New York is one of many sanctuary cities. These people will have more rights than me and you who are here lawfully. And they're using you to put the noose around your own neck. You are lynching yourself. This is what a modern day lynching is, people. The modern day lynching is for you to put the noose around your neck. You don't need white people to put a noose around your neck. You just put it on yourself. Hello, people. Am I making sense to you this morning? I know it's early Saturday morning. I love this city, people. I love my city, New York City. I love it. When I was living in one of the outer boroughs, when I was in my young years, I used to dream, oh, would it be nice to live in Manhattan and see the sunrise and hear the birds chirp. I love it. It is the best city in the world. You have everything here. I have everything I want. Everything. But what I don't have is peace of mind. When you fear, again, I'm not a spring chicken anymore. People, I'll be 60 years old, 60. I'll be the big 60 this December. Yeah, I'm not a spring chicken. And as you get older, people, your tolerance changes. You're not as fast, Everybody around you looks younger and younger, and you get older. Yeah, that happens. When I was young, everybody was old. And now that I'm older, everybody looks young. Yeah. Do you know what I'm talking about, people? Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, people. This is a new dispensation that they're trying to do and impose it on the planet. It's not just New York. It's global. It started about 6 years. Yeah, it started when in 2016. It was supposed to be earlier. The regime change was supposed to be earlier, but number 45 got in the way. And number four, they still didn't back off on number 45, and they instructed the government agency to raid on his home. And they went through his wife's clothes. Hello, people. That's horrible. Well, you know why they did that to her? Because they're shaming her. It's to shame. It's to embarrass number 45 and his wife and family. Some of you may say good for him. Okay, he's far from a perfect man, but he is what he is. What you see is what you get. See, people like him really don't bother me so much because I know what he is. You stay out his way, and he'll stay, in general, stay out of your way. Alpha males, I respect. You don't have to like them, but they are who they are. They don't pretend. You know exactly where they stand, and so you know exactly how to stay away if you need to. And he's playing his part. Yeah, a lot of, I think a lot of these people in high places, that they all belong to the same clubs, basically. But in this game of Monopoly, see, what happened, in my opinion, what happened in Mar-a-Lago, it was to shame him, to say that his money cannot protect him. And in fact, we're going to go through your wife's underwear, her closet, to shame her. She didn't do anything. You don't have to like her, but you don't do that. She didn't deserve that. No woman deserves that. Okay? No one. What happened in Mar-a-Lago was a shaming tactic. Who else did they shame this year? Will Smith and Chris Rock. Two black men. And what did one do to the other? Shaming. It was to shame people. What happened was to shame him. And it wasn't just to shame the victim, but to shame the black community. That's what it was for. It was a shaming ritual. What happened at Mar-a-Lago in Florida was a shaming ritual. But because number 45 is high up, they required the alphabet agency to do the shaming for him, against him. Why this is dangerous, people, is because they're going to do you. Oh God, did you hear? Okay, almost forgot. Did you hear, people? The alphabet agency the alphabet agency is hiring, what was that again? 80-something thousand or 60-something thousand people who aren't afraid to pull the trigger. They are recruiting right now. You cannot be over 37 or 38. Isn't that age discrimination? Is that not age discrimination? I'm just saying. But did you hear in the news that the alphabet agency in question that broke into number 45's home in Mar-a-Lago is recruiting now actively about 80 something thousand people who are not afraid to pull the trigger. Why is this? Oh yeah, this is for what do you call the IRS. The IRS. Why do you need people? People, why would you need 80 something or 60 something thousand people they're going to hire? ASAP. They work within the IRS. You know, IRS handles the money. Who are they going to come after, people? They're going to come after you. They're going to come after you black people, white people, yellow, red, polka dot, green. They're going to come after you. And the Mar-a-Lago was to see how far they can go. If they can get a judge to mark off on it, to sign off on it, so that they could invade your home next. And they're going to use the 60 or 80 something thousand new hirees who are not afraid to pull the trigger to come and take what they want from your home. And that was their whole plan. See, they do it in stages, people. Am I speaking the truth? Am I just speaking to the ear, people? Am I? Am I know I'm not just speaking to the ear. I'm speaking true. I'm speaking what's out there in the media. I'm not making this up. They're desperate. The system is desperate, and they're coming after your money. It is a regime change, and they need money to do it. And so they're hiring 60 to 80 something thousand people under the age of 38. You have to, I think, was it 18 or 21 and over, but not over 38 years of age. And they're going to put weapons in your hand. What? I thought everybody was losing their job. Hello, people. I thought people were losing their jobs. So how the hell we're struggling financially? Why would you do that? Why would you need to hire? People need jobs, not weapons like this. Who are they going to take? They're going to take they're going to take what you have. They're working fast. They're working as fast as they can. And so that's why people, I want to get out of here. Yeah. Me and my dogs, that's Lily, Lavender, and Lilac. I'm going to try to leave. I got my visa. My visa came through. I still have a lot of work to do. I haven't moved for over 19 years. Yeah, this is tricky. Moving is very time consuming. My place is a mess because I have to take things out. I got maybe two-thirds of my stuff removed from my place. And yeah, I'm limited what I could put on the plane, evidently. I checked to find out definitively how it worked. Yeah, I may have to just let go a lot more stuff. Um, yeah, I want to get out what I can get out of here. Throw out, remove what I don't want, what I know I don't want. Trying to get a PO box. Yeah, I had a call overseas. I wrote them several emails and they didn't respond yet. Yeah, I want to get a PO box. So so what I don't take with me on the plane, if I can mail it to my PO box, I might do that. Some things I want to keep. Some things I really want to keep. But I may have to just say, um, start off from scratch. It might be just better start from. Yeah, it's every extra bag on that plane is 200 euros each. 200 euros. That's, oh, what's that? 250 US dollars. Well, the contents on that suitcase better be worth over 200 something bucks. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we get attached to certain things, but I may have to I may really have to lose it all. Yep, I've accumulated so much things. I came in here, I had the beer. Hey, Nubian. Yeah, good to see you. Long time no see. Good to see you always. Yeah, I got my visa. I got my Rwanda visa about 3 days ago. I have to go pick it up. Yeah, when I fly, when I get my dogs and everything. Yeah, yeah, I'm doing good. Hanging in there. I got a lot of things to, lot of things I have to pack and maybe unpack and really determine what I wanted, what I can take. Yeah. Yeah, my visa came in for Rwanda officially. Yeah, I'm still working on my other particulars. But yeah, I feel like people, you live in a big city like New York City, get out. If you're not one of those zombie people, get out if you can. Yeah, I feel this way. Yeah, we got more zombies in New York City. And I heard on the news that they're going to send buses to New York City of the illegals in your neighborhood. You have a Nubian. I I'll be moving to the country of Rwanda in East Africa. That's where my visa is. Yeah, I'm have to arrange. Yeah, I have to arrange a ride for my doggies. Yeah, these are my family. These are my babies. I'm not gonna leave without them. I made a decision, and they help me out a lot. This is Lily. When I'm anxious, I hug her. Yeah, she's sleeping. Yeah, yeah. I told one family member, and yeah, as expected, their response. But they're gonna know shortly. Yeah, I wanted to tell that one family member officially, because some of my relatives, they do watch my channel. So that who I'm close with. Yeah, hi babies. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I got a lot of work to do. It's going to cost a lot of money. Um, I have to. Yeah, in this move, I have to conserve people. You have to conserve your money. I have to conserve my money. I have to really just spend what the essential. I have to really be lean about what I'm bringing and carrying. Yeah, I accumulated a lot of things. I would say, past 7 years, I accumulated the mass bulk of what I have. past 7 years. And there is freedom when you're not attached to things. I don't want to be attached to things. I mean, I miss them, I'll miss certain things. I mean, I haven't really made people. I mean, I know it might sound crazy. I have an excellent apartment, excellent, I have access to everything here, everything. But what's happening is the social decay. And I feel like I'm being pushed out of my own country. That's how I honestly feel, that I am being pushed out. There is a new undercurrent here in New York City that is pushing us out. And I said, I don't want to be pushed out. I want to leave on my own terms. Leave on your own terms, people. On your terms. So with dignity, I want to get my things, take my family, my little doggy woggies here, and I want to leave. And I pray to the universe to make it go smoothly for all of us. I want peace and safety for all of us. Yes. Okay, Nubian says, I have been thinking about going for my birthday, so I will be working on getting my visa as well. Oh, okay. Hey, if I may ask, Nubian, when is your birthday and where would you like to go? If it's not too personal. If it's not too personal. Yeah, people, I love my country. I love it. I feel a loss. In my heart, I'm very sad. I'm not happy. I'm not happy with what I see. I love my city. It is the center of my life. Oh, okay. March 12th. Ghana. All right. All right. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah. Good for you. Yeah, so I got my notice. I did all the visa work by, online. And yeah. Um, so I emailed them back to thank them and when I'm to arrive. To let them know that when I'm planning on arriving, because I'm still working at flight arrangements. Yeah, people, I want to leave on my terms. I want to leave with dignity. People, never let them take your dignity, no matter what your race or religion, nationality. Never let them take your dignity. If you gotta leave, leave under your terms and with dignity. Yeah, I think so too, Nubian. I think I'll be happier too. I mean, I'm sad in my heart about a lot of things, but I think this is the end of an era, but a new beginning. I'm doing this, people, for a new beginning, a new spirituality that I'll be able to share with you. I want to visit other countries in Africa. I do. Yeah, I want to visit other countries. I want to visit West Africa too, of course, because that's where most of my genetics, my African genetics is from. Yeah, the West Africa. It seems like many of us have a lot of Nigerian, um, Sierra Leone, Ghana, of course, the Ghana. Yeah, that whole strip there from south of Senegal all the way up to Nigeria. That's my African genetics mostly. Yep. And so, yes, I would like to go visit. Yeah. Yeah, many of us genetically have a lot of Nigerian in us. And I think, people, I'm not a historian, anything like that. But I've met Nigerians, a lot of Nigerians here in New York. I went out with a Nigerian, and he told me that he was one of those big Nigerians, a giant. And he said that his grandfather said that uh, blacks didn't come to America as slaves. Could you believe that? They have all those slave dungeons in Nigeria, those slave ports, all throughout West Africa. And his grandfather taught him that. Could you believe that? And so, what happened, you have people who were rulers, people who had enemies, and they sold us to the highest bidder. But I don't think they realized that it would backfire on them and that they would become the new slave, colonized by the people that they sold to. So what lesson you learn from this, people? Know who you're doing business with. Know your enemy. Know who you're doing business with and why they want what they want from your land. Know what they are doing with it and know what they can use it against you. What happened throughout Africa? These same people that they did business with destroyed them and destroyed their dignity. Is that not what happened throughout Africa? They thought that they were smart about their business. Oh, these are just people. Oh, we had a tribal dispute. Oh, okay, take Uncle so-and-so, he's in the way all the time. And they sold them off. And then they came back to get you. They call you bad names. They suck out all your resources. And you're the beggar of the planet. Right? Isn't that pretty much what the narrative is? Isn't it? You're born and raised there, and you have to ask a white person to dig you a well? People, does that make sense to you? You're born and raised there for how many thousands of years? You don't know how to dig your own well? You don't know how to grow your own your food? People, the same thing could happen here. You think people here know how to grow food? I was afraid to even pick a peach off a tree. It was that alien to me. It was that alien to me. Me eat something from a tree? No, you get it from a supermarket. I know nothing really about gardening. I mean, I had to pull out weeds as a child, we did have a peach tree. Oh, it was foreign to me. I was afraid of nature. I was afraid of, I was so backwards. But a lot of Africa, we lost our ability to think and do for ourselves. So we trust all these people from other parts of the planet and trust them to dress us, to feed us, everything. But some countries in Africa still know how to do stuff. Those are the places I want to eventually visit. Yeah, I want to visit Benin. I want to visit Benin and Gabon. They hold a lot of their traditional religion. Yeah, Benin, it's right next to Nigeria. Over 60% of the people are of indigenous religion. And that's why I would like to visit. Yeah, Nubian says, anything you want to learn, you find it on YouTube channels. Yeah. And Nubian says, you should watch some of the YouTubers that tell you what to expect before you go. That's a good idea. Yeah, I was watching some of the channels. Yeah, I'll rewatch it. Yeah, I'll go back on what to expect. I did contact one of the people. I never got a call back. I went on their website, filled their contact info, but they never came back. They never contacted me. And then I wrote a quick note on their comment section. You know, they recently uploaded a video, and so I wrote a comment. You know, hey, you know, I wrote I sent you an email, and you know, I'd like, you know, to be able to use your services. If you could, you know, respond back, if we could communicate. I have not heard from her yet, and you know, I don't think I will be hearing from them. But peace and blessing be unto her anyhow. We are who we are. Yeah, I have a listing of real estate agents. Yeah, it's better this way. You know, it is what it is. I really wanted to use that person's services, but you know, maybe not then. But I do have a license. At least I typed in the word license, real estate agent. Yeah, I want to use a replicable one. Yeah, I'll contact the embassy. Yeah, I have a new contact at the embassy. I'll give her a little another email. Say, hey, you know, could you recommend any licensed real estate agents? Yeah, I'd rather, you know, see, I'm a foreigner. I am a foreigner. When I go to that country, I would be a foreigner. And it's good to have a contact, someone that knows somebody, you know, a local. Yeah, I'll give her, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll email her again and ask her could she recommend licensed real estate agents or companies. Try sending one to Kareem the herbalist. He just went and he tells you what to expect on his channel. I believe he is still there. Oh, are you saying Kareem the herbalist is let me write that down. Okay. Yeah. Kareem the herbalist. What to expect. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, I was just writing that down. Oops. Sorry about that, people. Yeah, I'll write. I just wrote that down. Yeah, I'll rewatch them. Yeah, well, I have to get more focus. Yeah, I shared with you guys. I know it's very bizarre to some people. Yes, I did do a tarot card reading on myself for myself, and it gave very good. It said about my trip. It said if you want it, you have to push it, and that you have to concentrate. How'd it go? It said the word concentrate and oh God, what's that? It's really just saying, you know, tactic. Strategize. That's the word. It said you have to concentrate and strategize. If you want this, it said if you really want this, that's what you have to do. And you know they're right. I have to strategize. So definitely. Yeah, I'm doing what I can do. I want to have what I can have set up beforehand. Yeah. So like banking. Yeah, I'm working on the banking situation. Um, I'm working on the PO box if I have to. Uh, PO box if I have to ship things over. Cause see, I cannot take everything on that plane. There are things that I really would like to bring, like my books. I have. Oh, it turns out I have 151 books. I want them. I bought them because I bought them for a what do you call it? My personal library. Um, but I may I have to get the well to send them off. I have to find out how expensive. Yeah. Yeah. I have to. The boxes are heavy. Heavy people. Yeah, I have to. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I do have a scale, that you step on. Um, but I don't know how I'm going to do it. Yeah, you have to have your books. Yeah, because it's like your library. I may not have to read them, but I want them. I want my books. Yeah, I haven't read most of them, and the ones I've read, I might want to reread again. I want my books. Or it could just mean, look, I'll get the ones that, I probably want to, if I'm pushed to shove and I have to let them go, I'll just bring what I can carry on my person, um, that which will enhance my creativity. Yeah, my creative. See, I want, I have all these different types of books, but I want to bring the books that's going to elevate my thinking, my imagination. And you know which ones I want to bring? If push comes to shove, I want to bring those about the uh, metaphysical world. I have books on fairies, about the fairy world, um, stories about that type of life. Yeah, I have that. Yeah, see, a lot of these things, they're not childish, but let me tell you, I have to paraphrase, but Albert Einstein said that imagination is more powerful than knowledge. What did he mean by that, people? What do you think? Imagination is more powerful than knowledge. See, imagination opens up every doorway of possibilities of problem solving. Imagination. Imagination could open up doors for me to try to figure out how a girl like me, who was so behind, who was so limited in my thinking, and to unleash the power within. See, each one of us have power inside, but the system doesn't want you to tap into your own power. They want you to feel like a victim. I felt like a victim all my life. I no longer want to feel like a victim, but a warrior, but a mighty woman of intelligence, of getting things done. And imagination is a tool. Okay, Nubian, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, but imagination is a tool to get you out of the hole. Imagination allows you to think on possibilities, things you never even thought of doing that could get you out of the hole. Here, I'll be 60 years old and living in the middle of zombie land That's right, this is Zombieland. New York City is the new Zombieland, and parts of California. It's the new Zombieland, and I got to get out. I already got attacked. I've said that already over and over again. Yeah, I got physically attacked last November. The zombies are real, and the cops let her go. She attacked 2 people at that scene. It took 4 cops to subdue that creature. And she was let go. Well, she was released at the hospital. She got on the ambulance before I did. Hello, I'm the one that got attacked, but they put her in the ambulance first. And then they called another one for me. And now I'm being stuck with the bill. It costs over $3,000. Hello, this is real, people. And so I love my city. But it's time to go. And I never thought I would do something like that. I did always want to leave the country for a long time. Yeah, I wanted to leave in 1995 I wanted to leave, 96, around that time. But I couldn't, yeah, I didn't get a job offer there. I wanted to go to Europe at that time, France in particular. Yeah, I was in the military and I was in France and I loved France. And it didn't work out. I sent out resumes there and I didn't get any job. And so, I was back in New York City and, things were where they were. And then what happened? Life happened. Life happened. And I had an awakening it was December of 2014. A YouTuber that I used to watch. Yeah, she hardly comes on anymore, but she had she was very clever, and I had a paradigm shift through her. And I watched her channel. I followed her through her journey. Yeah, she has a journey also. And I was watching her journey. She was another woman of color. And I was curious where she was leading us to on her journey. And she shared what she shared, and it shook my world, my paradigm system. I was a so-called Christian. This was in 2014. I had stopped going to church, though, in 2013. The end of 2013, I stopped officially going to church, but I was still a Christian. I just stopped. I was curious. I wanted to explore my African heritage, and different events happened in the country, like with Trayvon Martin, who got, what happened to him. That was a big awakening, and the YouTuber shared information, and I was on the official going against the grain in my exploration on what life is all about. Yeah, I went to the Museum of Natural History, and I went in the human section, where they have the fossils of the cave, the so-called caveman. Yeah, I took pictures. And it's again, I don't know whether against the law per se, but that museum says you are not allowed to publish any photos you take. If you take photographs of anything inside that exhibit, that's a no-no. It's I guess they can maybe sue you. So I kid you not. I took a whole slew of pictures, and I looked on the dates of them. I said, this is phony. This is phony. Or what I meant by phony. See, I was a so-called Christian. And I thought the Bible said we were on this planet. The planet is 6,000 years old. Well, they said they found that these artifacts, these what do you call Neanderthal man and all these other things, were 100 something thousand years old. So I said, this is a wake up call. We're being lied to. Hey, Boogie. L Boogie. Okay, L Boogie says, may I ask for your advice? How do I make some decisions to move to another area without the guilt? Without the guilt of feeling like I'm leaving family members behind that would see it as being selfish to leave them. Oh, wow. Wow, Boogie, thank you for that question. Wow. Let me read that question again for you all. That's an important question. Thank you for sharing that, Boogie. Boogie says, may I ask you for your advice how to make the decision to move to another area without the guilt of feeling like I'm leaving family members behind that would see it as being selfish to leave them? Excellent question. Excellent question. Let me share with you where I am with regard to that question that I'm experiencing. I just yesterday spoke to one family member about what I'm doing. See, they eventually, I do have family members that do watch my videos. But I wanted to, out of my mouth, tell this one family member that I want to know because of the relationship I have with them. So I officially told that one person. And yes, they said pretty much what I thought they would say. But that's okay. See, we all have a program. And we all would say to ourselves things like, oh, you got to be careful, or we're programmed. This is a type of prison we're in, and some of us are waking up, and we wake up at different levels. Some of us wake up early, some of us wake up late, but many of us are going to wake up at the time when you're ready to wake up. You're ready to wake up. You're waking up, Boogie. And for you, your time clock says it's time to move on. But there's a few of you, in your family may not be awake. And they're going to see you as a traitor, selfish. How dare you leave this tribe? They're afraid. They are afraid. And they're taking it out, the fear on you. But you stand your ground, Boogie. You stand your ground. And you're doing it for you. See, you live alone and you die alone. You have to chew your own food. They don't chew it for you, right? You have to do you. Just like they have to do themselves when they're ready. Yes, exactly, Nubian. Yes. They're not going to agree. They think it's foreign. It could be a fire in the building, and you have some people who would stay in their seat. People, am I speaking the truth? Am I speaking to the truth out there? That some of you, if there was a flood, you're going to stay right in where you are, and you're going to drown. Some of us are programmed to do that, but some of you are awakening. And my message today are for those who want to awake and who are awakening. And logic for us is saying it's time to move on. Yes, we are being brainwashed. I was brainwashed. I'm no different than many of you growing up. I was as dumb and naive as most of us. I didn't know my head from my elbow. But there was an undertone in me though. I have to admit, there was like even though I was programmed, there was something underneath that saying something is not right. Do any of you ever say that to yourself? Something's not right. You say, "Yeah, I know society says this. I want to follow along, but something you know is not right. People aren't acting right. It's not right. It's not." And then one is they're brainwashing. They're even calling it the new normal. It's not normal. It's not normal to think you're a boy when you're a girl. It's not normal. It's not. To make you confused of your identity, your basic identity. It's because you're being programmed to be confused about who you are. They want you confused because if you're confused about the basics of what you are, then they can control you. They can say that you're a zebra, a giraffe, a hippopotamus, and you'll say, "Oh, okay." That's what they're doing so that they could control you and you become the new zombie. Get out of here. Nothing normal about that is called demonic. Yeah, exactly, Numin. Exactly. No, yes, indeed. Yeah, exactly. This is not the new normal. This is about destruction of your mind. And I want to be a free mind. See, many of us, see, I'm a loner. I've always been a loner. I've always like traveled about. Like I've moved before. I moved across the ocean to the Pacific, from New York City to the Pacific Islands. I lived there for almost 3 years. I lived in the Caribbean all by myself. I didn't know anybody. We didn't have computers back then like we have today and go on the internet and do your research and this and that. Everything was done by the phone. And that's what I did. But now I'm using technology to do my emails. And sometimes I still have to use the telephone. Um, but it's there. You can do research about locations. But yeah, they want you, they want to dumb you down. They don't want you to know who you are, so you're walking zombie. And they convinced you to wear a diaper on your face, so now you can't get oxygen. What happens to the brain when you don't get oxygen? Someone tell me, what happens when you don't get enough oxygen to breathe? Tell me, what happens? And they've been convincing us for 2 years that you need a diaper on your face. A diaper that does not prevent what they say it prevents. See, those things are in the air and it's microscopic. And the size of that thing can go through the pores of that fiber. It can go in your eyes. It can go up your, people. But you fell for it. And many of you got that thing, that Kool-Aid. A lot of you drank the Kool-Aid, remember? Exactly. It messes up your respiratory system and it increases the cortisol levels in your body. Cortisol is a stress hormone. Cortisol. Ask your doctor if just ask your doctor, "Hey doctor, what happens when the body doesn't get a lot of oxygen? What type of physiological response happens in your body when that occurs?" Well, if that doctor is honest, they're going to say that, "Oh, your stress hormones will increase." The stress hormones it's like a fight or flight thing. It alarms your body that you need to take action. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't follow it. And remember I told you about the bus driver? I didn't I had my mask on my hand, and I was sending food for my mom, and I got soaked, and the box that the food was in got soaked. And as I entered the door, he slammed it in my face, and I knocked on it, the door, and he didn't open. So I probably had that dumb look on my face. And then he opens it, I get on, and he started gritting his teeth at me and shaking his head like I was a mass robber. I paid my fare and I sat down. And then I reported him too. I reported that person. They said that they never got back to me, so I had to follow up on it. Oh, we just spoke to him. We had a meeting with him. And that was it. Yeah, see, this is harassment. He had no authorization to do that. He had his mask on. Oops. He had his diaper on his face and that shield. In New York City, they have this plexiglass shield that covers the whole cabin where the bus driver sits. So you think he's going to be infected by me? He's an idiot. This guy was, let me stop. Okay, Newbie says, sis, do you know where there are people here in Maryland still wearing those masks? Yeah. Yeah, here in New York City too. You have people here that wear the masks, the diaper on their face. Yeah. So it is what it is. It's a changing of the guards. It is a change of the guard system out here. And they want to fear you. Yeah, so Boogie, it's not your job. I mean, you can present it by your lifestyle. By your lifestyle, Boogie, you let people know what the deal is and waking up. You know, it's like when you wake up early in the morning. Some of us are early birds. Yeah, I get up maybe around 4 o'clock sometimes, 5 o'clock. Some of us get up early and some of us get up late. It's not your job to wake up those people who like to get up late. There are people who like to stay asleep. But they might one day open one of their eyes and they see you get up and they're going to wonder what you're doing. And they're going to see how prepared you are, Boogie. And they're going to see, wow, that person's life is really getting organized. And they'll see that their lives isn't. And they're going to initially be afraid. But you could say to them, hey, the water's fine. You could come in with me. If you want to come with me. You can present it to them like that. The water's fine. We can all go together. Yeah. Okay, Nubian says, it's been 100 degrees here and they are wearing, oh wow. That is something else. Isn't that something? 100 degrees and they're wearing it? I see old, very frail looking people with that thing on their face. People, that's also why I want to go to Africa. Yeah, Rwanda is up in the mountains. It's on a high plateau. Yeah, I know when you go further up, the oxygen level's not as high, but it's fresher air. They got trees and grass there. That's what I'm hoping, Yeah, what it looks like. It looks beautiful and it's clean. New York City is filthy. If this were Africa, I mean, if I put a sign up and said this is Africa and show you the street, you're going to believe that it's Africa. When you see those rats and garbage, yeah, I believe that's Africa, right? No, it's New York City. It's New York City. It's America. You know how much money is here in this city? Money. There is money in this system, in this city, but they're not using it for the people. They are purposely damaging the infrastructure of New York City. And the proof of that is they're not, during the pandemic, they didn't clean the streets of the garbage. And there are tons of rats. And I called the city and let them know I saw tons of rats at the garbage. I told them the street where it was. And they did clean it up. Yeah. With rats come diseases. People out there. Am I speaking the truth? Am I speaking to the wind? People. I'm not trying to chastise. Open your eyes. They are setting you up. And I want out of here, people. I've been watching from this window. I set my bed to face the window. Remember, any of you ever saw the movie The Sentinel? I was reminded of that movie last year. Yeah, I used to have my bed pointing in the opposite, in another direction. But I love looking out the window. And in the movie The Sentinel, the lead character at the end, she became a sentinel. I mean, they had her looking really crazy at the end, but she would look out the window as if she were the sentinel. There's different meanings of the word sentinel. There's a military term for sentinel, but then there's the other, it's like a watcher. And I said, I want to look straight ahead and look at the window like I'm looking for something. Sentinel. And the signs of the time, let's see. Oh, I didn't see that message. Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't see that message yet. Oops. Okay, a message came out. See, I'm looking at the screen, outside, but I didn't see the message here. Okay. A Boogie says, my father has dementia and not doing so well. He is the reason why I'm still living in D.C. area and to be there for family, but I want change. So they use my dad's illness to cause me guilt. Oh, wow. So Nubian says to Boogie, that's because they are really making it about them and not your BD. Your dad. Yeah, but Boogie, I'm in the same boat. Yeah, I unfortunately have a family member that's in the same boat as yours. And I think that's what my dream. I remember yesterday I shared my dream that I had about. I think it has to do with that family member. Yeah, I had a dream. It was one of my symbolic dreams, and I think it was a message. Oops, my battery's getting low. Let me plug it in. Yeah, I have to put the plug in. I have to put the plug in. Right? Yeah, my battery's getting low. Let me plug it in. Let me plug it in. Oh, sorry. Oops. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, yeah, my battery's getting low, so I just put the plug in so it doesn't die out. Yeah, I'm in the same boat, but I'm kind of estranged from my family. Oops. Yeah, I'm kind of estranged from them. And I love them all, but we've grown apart. And I can't do anything, I feel, really about the situation. And I live in the middle of this city, and the other people, they live outside of the center of the city, so they're a little bit more protected. Um, it's not safe for me to be here. And yes, they will try to manipulate. If that relative is being taken care of, they're getting medical care, they're being watched, um, then you should have a clean conscience. Um, if life, you could pray about it also, just to ensure everybody's taken care of. But you have to do, you have to do you. They were trying to intimidate you. Yes, some of my family members I don't talk to anymore either, but I'm not bothered by it. Yeah, yeah, I love them all, but you have to do you. They want you to follow in their footsteps, but you don't walk in to their beat. Yeah, I don't walk in their beat. I never have. I always stood out. Yeah. Yeah. So that's my doggy. Yeah, Boogie says, yes, Nubian, this is why I'm struggling to make the decision to move for my own happiness, fearing I may have regrets of leaving my. Yeah, I feel the same way. Yeah, I feel the same way. We're all in the same boat. That's why we're up early this morning to share our thoughts. Just trying to maneuver this. Yeah, we're all on the same boat. That's why we're all here together. Because we're all faced with the same thing. But when the poo-poo hits the fan, who's going to get it first? I'm in the middle of a big city that is sending out zombies. And I already got attacked last November. I'm not going to go back to that place where I used to live. No, I'm not safe there either. It's all going down. And I perceive what's going to happen in the next 10 years, 20 years. Is New York City is going to, one thing, it's going to be run by a different demographics. They're going to use the people south of the border to do the grunge work, and the people from Asia and Eastern Europe are going to be the new wealthy. And if you're a black American, you're going to be shit out of luck. They don't want us here. They want to use us for politics to get what do you call it, legislation passed. And once that's done, they're going to let us go. I'm not going to be here when that happens. That in 20 years, it's going to be a new Manhattan. I mean, it's going to be for the very wealthy. I want out. If I say these things not to offend anybody. I'm just calling for what it is, what I perceive. They're going to use people from Latin America primarily to do the new grunge work. They're going to be doing the cooking, cleaning, restaurant help, delivery people, and Asia and Eastern Europeans are going to be the doctors, the engineers, and they don't like you. I want out of here. I want to leave with dignity. I'm not being treated well. I'm a friendly person. When I go out, I like to greet people. I like to say hello. But I'm American. And they don't like people like me here, really. Really. I'm being honest. In my opinion. They want your money, but they don't want you. So I said, I want to leave with dignity. I want to take my little babies. See, these are my babies. That's Lily. Hi, Lily. That's my baby. That's my baby. Yeah. While you still have dignity, people, leave. Leave with dignity and style. Live a conservative life. Save what money you can save. Save what you can save. And I have to decide for me what I essential. Nubian says you have to be happy to your dad will want that for you. I know it's pulling on your heart. Yeah. Yeah, it's pulling on my heart too. I'm in the same boat. But I've been thinking this way for quite a while. And for the past 2 years, it's telling me, the writing on the wall says, I better get out of here. Yeah, this is a beautiful city. It was beautiful. But right now, it's going through changes. It's going through changes, and I don't want to be here. I don't feel safe. I don't feel safe here. Look at the writing on the wall. And are you going to be daring people to make that leap? Yeah, they're going to call you bad names, things like that, but that's okay. See, they're afraid because they're not doing what they wish you could do. I'm sorry. They are jealous that you are brave to do what they want to do. They don't want, they're too afraid to do what you're doing. And they're jealous because you're doing what they want to do. But they're too chicken. Yeah, for your mental health. Yeah, exactly, Nubian. They are jealous of you. Girl, do you. Do you. You could always, write to your father or, call. You can do that. I called yesterday. And it is sad. It is sad, but we we all are going through. We all have our own journey, and people who really love you will want you to do the journey that you were born to do. You were born to do you. And you have many people who do the life of others. They say, I'm only doing this because so-and-so told me to do it. But they have their own plans. They have their own desires, but they wanted to be people pleasers. I was a people pleaser most of my life, and I got nothing out of it. Yeah. Your family's being taken, your father's being taken care of. I mean, one thing, if he's not being cared for, that's something else. But he's being taken care of. And the only thing what you can do for him is just make him comfortable. But you need to be comfortable for you. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah, okay, Boogie's saying, yes, my dad is in great care, even if I were to leave. Yeah, it's just my family call on me to do everything, forget I must have my own life as well. My only child is grown up now, and I want to live for me. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. It's not like you're abandoning it, that the person's not in safety. No, they're taken care of. And you have to take care of yourself. A lot of women, and especially women of color, are forced to, are socially conditioned to feel that you have to sacrifice your happiness, that you're being conditioned that you're not supposed to be happy as a woman of color or a so-called minority, that you're born to take care of everybody else's needs while yours is abandoned. No, that's not what you're here for. You're here to do you, just like everybody else. Just like everybody else. You have a right to pursue your personal happiness. You are, um, you have your right to eat food that is good for your body. Yeah, Nubian says to Boogie, I'm being called on for everything too, but I'm making my plans to move on. Good for you. Good for you. Do you. I'm tired of sacrificing. I'm tired of people disrespecting. See, disrespect could be subtle. It could be subtle. And you have to say, I had enough. Do you. Do good things for yourself. It's okay to receive good things. It's okay. These are my good things. Yeah. And I want to take them along with me. And I want to create a beautiful life for myself. I want to be a part of nature. That's my interest. I'm on a spiritual path. And who knows, I might go there to Rwanda and say, I don't like it here. Anything could happen, but that's okay. I know that here is not good for me. I want to go on a safari. I want to go on nature walks. I want to eat real African food if I can. Exactly. No one's caring about your happiness but yourself. It's up to you to do you. Yeah, I want to learn about spirituality. I'm hoping to meet people that I can share my thoughts with. And I want to visit other African countries. I want to go to West Africa. Oh, I did my I did the swab for the African ancestry. Yeah, they got my sample. I got a notice that they got my sample. Boy, they are slow. They said September I might get it. Not September, October. October. So, yeah, I want to find out. I know it's not a direct science. There are questions I always had about that company, to be honest. And I shared that, a week or so ago about African ancestry, DNA, kit. I'm curious. And as a backup, yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Nubian. Maybe we'll meet up in Africa. Who knows? That would be interesting. Yeah, Nubian, that'd be really exciting. Yeah, as a backup, people, what in case you didn't know, um, African Ancestry DNA Company has like an agreement with some of the West African countries that have what do you call it? The right of return agreement. The right of return has to do with if your DNA, if you get the mitochondrial DNA of certain countries in West Africa, you could apply for citizenships. Or maybe before you, that's right. Or maybe before we leave. Yeah, we could, if you go to Africa, can we come visit? Hey, cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger. Hey, good morning, cheeseburger. Haven't seen you around. Yeah. a cheeseburger. It's been a while. It's good to see you. Yeah, see, these are the regular folks who are awake or want to awaken. And that's why we get up early in the morning because the spirit of the Creator wakes us up to ask questions, to enjoy the beautiful quietness of the morning. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. As I was saying with the African Ancestry DNA company, there. I just know of two countries, Sierra Leone and Ghana. If your mitochondrial DNA test through that company shows either one, you can apply for citizenship. And I'm thinking if as a backup, if something happens in Rwanda, I want another place as a backup that I could possibly go to. So I know off the bat that Sierra Leone and uh, Ghana has that agreement. Does anybody know any other country that has the agreement of the right of return? Yeah. So it's one of that thing. So yeah, so I did the the thing about 2 weeks ago, the DNA test for that. Oh yes, definitely I have an African mitochondrial DNA because I already did that in 2009. I have a very old uh, African DNA, mitochondrial DNA. It's 60,000 years old. And it was similar. The musician Quincy Jones? Quincy Jones and I have the same mitochondrial type DNA, if I remember right. I don't know whether this the complete sequence, but he is an L1 sequence. And so Quincy Jones is Sierra Leone, tested positive for Sierra Leone mitochondrial DNA. So because I'm remembering that he and me have the same type, I'm wondering, do I have Sierra Leone? And if I do, um, I could qualify for Sierra Leone as a backup in case um, anything happens in, oh, I'm sorry, in Rwanda. Yeah. Yeah, I just want to, I want to have more than one option. You know where else I like to visit? Yeah, I would like to visit Benin because they're very, very, they still hold a lot of their traditional African religion. And I want to go to Morocco. Morocco has a reputation. Yes, Morocco has a reputation. I've met people from Morocco. I think, and my genetics, a good portion of my genetics is North African, surprisingly. Yeah, 14% of my genetics is North African. And I think I got that. Oh, surprisingly, my mother has that too. But I think I primarily got it from my father. Yeah, because his grandfather was a Portuguese, and yeah, I think so. I think so. Yeah. So my genetics is from that, share, and I look very similar to people of North Africa, and so if it doesn't work with Rwanda, or if I get bored, whatever, I I like to go visit. I actually want to visit Morocco. I have an attraction for Morocco. I'm fascinated with their artwork and their food. They are into food. Yeah, I used to be in the food industry. I used to be a pastry artist. I went to school and got my certificate in pastry arts. I did baking, made breads and things like that, cakes, did all that. I was trained to do that. But it's a hard field. I'm glad I'm out of it. But yeah, Morocco, they got food up there. You know what? I love to be around food. I do. And they have beautiful artwork. Their rooms and everything. I'm just attracted to it. I don't. It could be genetics, but I have. I mean, They don't like dogs. Okay, these are my babies. They are not into dogs, and that was a big reason why I didn't choose Morocco. It's a cat society. They like cats. North Africans like cats. Um, Cats are considered spiritual, but not dogs. Dogs, in their, is considered dirty. Yeah. But yeah, I have a strong desire for Morocco. And I want to, I mean, some things I don't like the treatment to women in that society is least to be desired. But I'm fascinated with the food. Oh God, I mean, I hate to sound greedy like that, but when I see all that food that they have, man, I just, God help me. I like their food. Yeah, I'm just really excited about when I see their art. I like their jewelry. I like their clothing. I like what the food looks like. I want to go for that reason alone. And I think there is a genetic connection. I did work with people from Morocco, and they said, "Boy, you blend right in, boy." Yeah, I see the resemblance in a lot of us. So when I got my DNA, the old one I did, and the DNA, like when you get a DNA testing, it changes over time, the reading. Yeah, when I first got it, it didn't have that much Morocco, North Africa. But now all of a sudden, you know, at 14% Iberian and 14% North Africa. So I think my genetics is resonates with there. Okay, cheeseburger said food comes from living things. Africa has got some awesome plant and animals too. Yeah. Yeah. See, they don't want you to know about Africa. They want to see, I want to go to Africa. See, I'm on a spiritual journey. And I want to cut through the lies. I wish the earth was still Pangea. Would make traveling easier. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah. See, they don't want you to go to Africa. They don't want to know, they don't want you, black people, to know about. The only thing they want you to know about Africa or believe is that everybody's hungry, everybody got AIDS and Ebola. Right? That's what they want you to believe. But when I saw some of the videos, I said, oh my God, they got houses like that? They got a road? What else are they not? They got buildings? I felt stupid, people. And, I met a woman yesterday at the park, a white South African woman. She could be like late 60s, 70s, and she's with her grandchild in a stroller. And she calls me over as I was walking, in her direction because I had the dogs out. And said, "Oh," and then she was talking, but yet they are always over there. Yeah, who goes to Africa are white people. That's saying a lot for a third world. Yeah. See, they want you to believe certain things, and they want you to lie. They don't want you to support each other, but they are going over there. But I met a white South African woman, and she was probably in 60s, 70s, with her grandchild. And she started to engage in conversation with me. And she shared, I'm from South Africa, and I'll be going back in 2 weeks. So I said, oh, wow, I'm going to Africa too, but I'm going to Rwanda. And she's, oh, yeah, she really lit up. She's, oh, they're so nice over there. Oh, the people of Africa are so nice and blah, blah. Yeah, she loves Africa. And she said that, that the governments are problematic, though. The people are beautiful. What else she said was interesting. She said that there's going to be like a fire in South Africa, and it's going to spread and awaken the people of Africa. Isn't that something? I was surprised to hear that. I didn't expect to hear that. But see, I didn't know whether she, as a white South Africaner, was speaking in code. The conversation was weird. I mean, like, she was engaging in conversation with me, but when I got to, again, she called me over. I mean, I had to go in that direction anyway. So I had the little doggies out, and she's entertaining her granddaughter with the dogs as I walked in that direction. But I felt there was a wall, and you couldn't get too close. Yes, separation control. You got it. You got it. Yeah, I sense it was like she wanted to talk or pretty talk because she wants to entertain her little grandchild with the little doggies I have. Okay, they're cute little guys. And I thought that was weird. So but she was still engaging in talk with me. But she specifically said, she says that she feels, or that like a fire, she used the word fire, like a fire is going to take in South Africa, and it's going to spread throughout the rest of Africa. And that people will be returning home. Yeah. Oh, okay. She's been said that's what globalists do. That whole entire part. Joke, but not a joke. Oh, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what she said. It's going to spread like a fire, and she said it's going to start in South Africa, and it's going to spread up north, and people are going to return home, something like that. Yeah, that's what she said. But I'm thinking that is code. So I think South Africa is leaning to communism. And that as a foundation of Africa, they want to spread their, because I mean, see, how I took what the lady said, like, even though she said, oh, the people of Africa are so beautiful, and it's a beautiful place, and that you'll enjoy it. But I felt that it was a code that she, as a white South Africaner of about 60, 70 years old, she was under apartheid. So she's socially programmed for white supremacy, right? So I felt that she's not about for Africans, black Africans, to take control over Africa, but that why the people of Africa are so beautiful is because they can be controlled, that they could be controlled by white people. That's what I honestly felt. I'm being honest. I mean, on the surface, she doesn't sound pretty, but I took it as, I don't know any white South African person of that age want black people to take over. And why, if Africans are so beautiful, why are they treated poorly by whites? Why are whites living in Africa are living in comparison in luxury? Okay. So it's a thought that that's what I was thinking, you know. Um, yeah, I felt a little uncomfortable talking to her when I mean, maybe that's my biasness. Yeah, I come out from the 1980s where there's a lot of news about South Africa and people boycotting uh, any products from South Africa. But the U.S. is no different. So it's not fair. It's not fair for me to be biased against a white South African person, where you have the same things happening here in the United States. Okay, Nubian says some come here and they act like they are better than us. Or what happened in 2019? Nubian, what are you referring to? What happened in 2019? Oh, about the fires or the fires in California? Not sure what happened, but yeah, you notice you don't hear anything about the fires. Yeah, there was a YouTuber that was reporting that. Her name is Jane Tandy. She's off the grid now. You don't hear from her. She was very popular. She discussed the fires that were happening in California, and then she moved to the Midwest. But she's not around. Does anybody know whatever happened to Jane Tandy? Yeah, I used to watch her videos. I started watching her in 2018 and in 2019. I think part of 2020, yeah, 2020 she was gone. Yeah, she reported it. She was reporting it. You notice also there are other. Let me tell you, um, I mean, I usually don't talk about other YouTubers, but I noticed some are missing. Jane Tandy is missing. Okay, Nubian says, no, when a lot we're leaving here and going to Africa in droves. Oh, we're a lot. We're leaving here and go. Yeah, yeah. I don't think she meant from that me, that me is going to go there. But more blacks are going there. I don't know whether it's a setup for us. I mean, if I'm going to die, I want to die on my terms. I know I don't want to die here. I don't. I'm born here. I love the city, but I don't want to die here. Mm-mm. So yeah, a lot of YouTubers are missing now. Jane Tandy, I was following for about 2 seasons, and uh, I watch Fleur Brune. She's missing now. They might have what do you call it? Banned her video. Yeah, some YouTubers have moved to other platforms like Rumble and BitChute. Yeah, yeah, okay. Yeah, she did. She does have. Oh, I forget the name. Boy, how could I forget the name? Yeah, I don't know where she is. Does anyone who follow her, Fleur Brune? She hasn't been on. She did a quickie. No, no, no. Wait. Yeah, I think about a month she's been gone. Yeah, if anyone knows Fleur Brune, where she could be reached. I mean, she has this other thing, um, where you pay for, but I forget the name of the platform. And then there's Black Sunrise. She did a quickie one 3 weeks ago, but yeah, she's not around. On Rumble, okay, Rumble. Okay, I could maybe try Rumble. I have to remember that name, Rumble. Yeah, they're gone. I don't see them anymore. And what's her name? I am Monica, 57. I haven't seen her. Yeah, anybody, if anybody know those YouTubers, I used to watch them, and I noticed they're not on right now. Some of them could have been blocked. Yeah, it's like they don't want us to speak the truth. Oh, I never heard of those names. Yeah, if anybody knows where those YouTubers are, I don't know where they are. Yeah, I never heard of Telegram or Social Truth. Mm-hmm. Yeah, people are being censored. See, that's another way how we know that something is up. When you cannot say basic things anymore, and you're being, I was censored. They blocked me. Um, they banned me twice so far. No, no more than 3 times. They pulled videos from my channel. They said I was in violation. And the first time I was out for, they banned me for a week. And then the second time it could have been 2 weeks. Yeah, they did that to me. They did that to me. Yeah, so it's no freedom. See, the communists are there to try to screw you over. But they used the so-called minority to make you think that, oh, they used your strong arm to win the fight, and then they destroy you in the end. That's what they're doing. Am I speaking the truth, people? See, I call it as it is. See, they're not in love with you. They're in love with what they can use you for. Okay, they have been telling that lie on a lot of YouTubers. Oh, what lie? I'm sorry. Oh, that you mean that the system were lying on the YouTubers to block them? That's what you mean, Nubian? Mm. Yeah. What I can say, to like finalize everything on this live stream, you know, oh, okay. They sent me an email saying I violated in my page, and I don't have one. Wow, that's something else. See that they're lying. Yeah. Oh. Oh, that's interesting. So they're so Nubian, it sounds like they're punishing you by what you watch. Or if you write a comment, if they don't like your comment, then wow, that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, they're targeting some of the, YouTubers. Yeah, about Alex Jones. They're really after Alex Jones. Yes, Alex Jones, he's kind of out there, right? Um, but yeah, they're trying to pulling him down for a comment. You know how many times people say comments to one another? And what he said a comment about was something questionable. That thing that happened in that school, there were questions. I sent an email back and said, show me that I have a channel. They never responded after that. Interesting. You have a YouTube account, but you don't have content. That's what you mean. Wow. Yeah, they don't like what you're watching. Shame on them. Mm. It looks beautiful out there, people. It looks absolutely beautiful out there. The sun is high up and everything. It looks absolutely beautiful. And I gotta get ready. Yeah, I gotta get ready. I'm gonna take a nice shower, and I'm I might go out later on. I don't know. Yeah. So, people, I enjoyed this conversation. Yeah, this was a wonderful, wonderful. Oh, thank you, Nubian. Thank you. I enjoy your feedback also. I enjoy all of you. I enjoy your cheeseburger and who else? Who else there? Let me see the names of the people. Anybody else? Did I leave anybody's? Oh, Boogie. There's Boogie, cheeseburger, and Nubian. Those are the three people I find here. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on everything. Yeah, I love doing my early morning videos if I'm not out and about. I like it. I feel more relaxed and it's fun to do. It's fun to do. Yeah. And those of you who like this content and wish to support my channel, you could PayPal me. And to do so, you go in my channel, Spirit Journey, and on the right side of the banner of the channel, you see my PayPal me link. Just click on the link, follow the prompt, and any amount will be greatly appreciated. And you know, it'll be greatly appreciated, especially since I'm relocating to Rwanda, and I gotta save up as much money to have a safe passage there. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that time, and I'll keep you all posted on everything. Peace and love to you all. I'm glad that more of you came out today to share in this live stream. Okay, we will you be available 8:30? Oh yeah. Okay, thank you for putting that note out. Almost missed your note. Okay. Nubian says I will call you later today. Okay, about 8. Okay. Yeah, 8:30 the same way? Yeah, that sounds cool. I'll put a little post-it pad for 8:30. Yeah, I should be home 8:30. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, give me a call, Nubian. Yeah, give me a call. Yeah, I'll put the sticky the post-it pad on the on the my device so I know to be awake. I mean to be ready for your call. Yeah, yeah. Thank you all. Thank you all for listening and participating in this live stream. Yeah. Yeah, we'll talk soon, Nubian. Thank you all for participating. It's always a pleasure to talk, to share ideas, and just fellowship, even though it's over the internet. Yeah. So let's do it, people. Let's be brave and challenge yourself and make yourself happy with something positive to do. So if your spirit is telling you it's time to move on with wisdom and help, knowledge, go out there safely, do that move, okay? Peace, love, and joy to you all, okay? Take care until next time. See ya.